recommend we could go for something like this.
Welcome to Melbourne and the inaugural event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever. Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
Absolutely, Crofty. There's been a number of interesting signings over the last few months. Where would you like to start?
Let's talk about McKinnon.
Right, well, this is definitely someone to keep an eye on. Well, they've been signed up likely in no small part due to the way they carried themselves in the Formula 2 Championship. They have a great track record of putting the team first. At one of the races, they even gave up their own position when their car had a technical issue so that their teammate, Lucas Weber, who also debuts here today, could get ahead. That kind of team spirit could take them a long way this season.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, two very promising young British drivers. Plus, we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally, Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was a nasty clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside, and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be. I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
Hello and welcome to round one of my Formula 1 2019 career. Practice 1 at Melbourne, Australia. This track I like a lot. Track has a few pitfalls, a very fast chicane, coming to the second sector into that second DRS zone.
Track is pretty empty right now, lots of space.
Now calm down, Jeff, calm down. So, get my track acclimatization done. Laying off for anybody driving. I am on medium traction control on a controller. With no flashbacks on 90% difficulty. And if it gets too easy, we'll add difficulty. We'll make it more challenging.
To get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Remember to activate your DRS in the DRS zone as well. Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
Oh, slide there. I kept it. I kept it. That's right. This Haas car runs a Ferrari engine. So it's probably like the third or fourth best engine on the grid. My team want me to break into the top 10. Should be no bother for the Haas. Well, there you go.
Great stuff. You've pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
That's the track acclimatization done. Some points for Haas. I think it's the only thing I struggle on is the tyre management. Because in Formula 1 2018, I ran full traction control. I could make tyres last a lot longer than they should. Because you could get into the power a lot earlier. But with the medium traction control, you need to be a bit smoother on the controls. A bit more smoother on
This
acceleration.
test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
Very well so far. Oh, that's a bit slidey there. Well, there is a green lap time.
Well, that lap and tyre wear is more or less as expected.
Bit too aggressive on some of the power, some of the corners to get the perfect time. Oh, Oh,
Program complete and a job well done.
only just got that one. To throw it into overtake mode and rich fuel mix. Yeah, but talking about the game, Formula 1 2019 is different. From 2018, the handling model is relatively same, but because there's no ballast in the cars, it makes them less slidey at the back.
We're testing fuel management here, so try to lift and coast going into the corners. Don't be too aggressive on the power, but remember, you still have to beat the minimum lap time.
But it's easier to follow other cars around the track. Thanks to the larger rear wing. I think they put down the rear wing. I always dread coming up to this corner. Easily past that one.
There's 4.
There's mode now. So what I like to do for airs mode is pretty much run into zero battery until I'm into the purple zone. And I'll whack it up into mode 2 and just do
In
the
this
full lap.
program, we're looking at ERS management. This is all about managing your battery efficiently through the lap to hit your target time. The ERS deployment settings can be adjusted on the MFD.
The man, that was our rival in Formula 2, Devin Butler. There's our teammate ahead of us. Hopefully he stays out the way. Ah, that. Love you, Roman. Well done. Should be 2 seconds faster than the target.
Okay,
And that puts us first. Oof. The same tyres as Leclerc as well. I didn't expect to go first. That's what we've got to do now.
Our best lap so far is a 1:27.2.
As our qualifying pace. Well, it looks like our target time is 11th. If I can get first
this is
on the mediums,
we've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so
I should be able to get first on the super softs, or soft tyres as they're called. So I won't get used to that. Used to the old tyre models. There you go, purple first sector, 9/10 faster than Leclerc. I don't remember how much faster the soft tyres from the mediums are. But regardless, that's quick. There's an purple, that's 1.2 seconds faster than Leclerc. Or is it faster? I think it could be faster than my own time as well. Oh no, it won't be. It's a second faster than my time now. That's quite a tidy lap. That's a second and a half quicker. And 11.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Jeff, that was a blistering lap.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. McKinnon, Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
Oh, let's take stock here. Roman Grosjean was 4th. Really good from our teammate. But when you're 2.6 seconds faster than Lewis Hamilton, yes, I know he's on a hard tyre. But still, 2.5 seconds. It's not the gap. It's about probably 1.8 between the hard and the softs.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in?
What I'm trying to do is get the sportsmanship.
What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more?
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
I don't know if the Haas team likes sportsmanship or they like a showman. I've already got some R&D and development. definitely need that general maintenance. 3 engines, 2 MGU-Ks, 3 MGU-H, 2 energy stores, 3 turbochargers, and 2 control electronics. And obviously gearbox has to last 6 races.
Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
Alright, so I'm going to simulate the rest of practices. Because I done all my R&D in one session. This will give us some more R&D points. I don't think it was a feature in 2018. I usually did one session and skipped straight to qualifying. That's 80 points, and that will get put on to
What do you think of this one?
chassis. Now, obviously, don't expect all of these R&D, all these parts to get added. At least maybe 2 or 3. One will fail, guaranteed. Durability won't, and maybe one of the downforces will fail. Dry race. Now, let's get into qualifying.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. Looking at this field today, Anthony, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance? Maybe run the hard tyres and save some of the grippier tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
Well, what I'll be doing, qualifying 1, I'll be just going out on a set of the soft tyres. Oh, I've messed up. It looks like it's only a one-shot qualifying. Oh. So one-shot qualifying, I'll have to go into the mediums. I thought I'd put all qualifying sessions in, but apparently I haven't. it looks like it's going to be P12. So my gamble
It's a bit
hasn't paid off.
disappointing, but we just need to push hard in the race and we can still come away with something.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Bottas, Vettel and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
I'll be lining up on the 6th row of the grid as our teammate.
Obviously, I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time. Try to make up for it in the race.
Well, okay. Just gotta keep it clean. Yeah, on this, very aggressive.
New
Loving the
drivers,
new
new
intros.
cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with tweaks to the regulations, a fresh-looking spread of tyre compounds, and of course some changes to the roster of car manufacturers. It's goodbye to Sauber and hello once again to the classic name of Alfa Romeo in Formula One. It's also goodbye to Force India. They've been rebranded as Racing Point. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2019 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 5th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the performance of Red Bull, who have switched to the Honda power unit this year. What that will mean for both their performance and reliability remains to be seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Weber, Butler, Perez, and Daniel Ricciardo, Grosjean, McKinnon, Carlos Sainz, and Norris, Raikkonen, Kvyat, Robert Kubica, and George Russell. Giovinazzi and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
A little bit of fuel in. 4.5 laps worth. High red lights. And we're away. Oh, I've got a Oh, I bogged down on the start. North on my left. Oh, and I've instantly been hit by my teammate. If I can manage it until my pit stop, I will.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Oh, I can already feel a grip loss.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Confirmed.
Keep it. I don't feel that I'm too slow. Oh,
There's static over the radio. Say again. Copy that. Hards for next box.
well, that's ruined our race strategy, and I almost crashed it into the pits as well.
Go, go, go.
Oh, let's go watch the hards until the end of the race now. And see if we can pick up a couple of points.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. We're the last of the running cars. Albon is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 21.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 14 laps to go.
23 seconds behind Alex Albon and a Toro Rosso. Both Toro Rossos at the back for some reason. They're a bit more pace than what they're showing. Well, I could have definitely done without the front wing damage, but it's very reminiscent of Daniel Ricciardo's first lap at Australia, when he lost his front wing on the grass on the right side there.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh, that's it. I'm out.
Are you
God
okay?
damn it.
That was a big one. Confirm you're okay,
Restart the
please. Keep your eyes
session.
open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece.
Lights out again for the second time. Wow, sight straight. Well, that's a better start. Gotta keep it clean, keep Raikkonen behind me. Oh, come on, sight. A little bit of room, please.
Okay, we're through the start phase. Now let's build on it. Okay, some information on Raikkonen. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Oh, an Alpha already in trouble. Definitely getting a lack of pace compared to these guys that are on the soft tyres. But it should get better once I finish this next lap and get DRS enabled.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
We'll get DRS here, but we will get it for the second part of the track. And it looks like it's a racing point that's kind of holding us all up here. It's probably Lucas Weber, my old F2 teammate, sorry.
Fuel is at target +3. Let's get into mix 3 ASAP. The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
And that looks like I'm sandwiched between both McLarens. I can close off a bit of a gap to Carlos. Oh, a large lock-up from Carlos there.
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
So I'm having to slow down for Carlos. Oh, I've touched him.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Well, that's dropped us back a couple of places. Oh, that's only lost us one.
Copy.
Jeff being a nuisance.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
So I'm expecting people on the softs to be boxing this lap and next lap for the medium tyre. I've got two McLarens battling really hard up there for what is 12th position.
Okay, we're not seeing any issues with tyre wear right now. You should have good grip for a while yet.
Right, it's time to turn up the wick. Harvest some energy. So which one of the McLarens is going in first? Neither at the moment. No one's paid yet. It's just surprising. Doing everything I can at the moment to just, one, to keep up, and two, to try and pass. Well, with people boxing now.
Roman is in the pits. Box, we're coming in this lap. Gap to teammate behind is 9.4 seconds. Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
I've already done that, Jeff.
Pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Oh, Carlos blocked that line off. Oh, that's too reckless.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
I was just eager to at least get past sides. I have to go at some pace now.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Handy though, I got a DRS. Oh, look at my wing again!
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. Set the ERS mode to overtake. We have to push.
I think if I get back up to the position I was in at the start of the race, I'll be happy, or at least semi-happy.
Gap to teammate ahead is 9.4 seconds.
Not punching the board, but
A new strategy is available on the MFD. exactly that. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Well, Mr. Carlos, what you got for me? Oh, got to keep the big Spaniard behind us. I think it's going to be a task. Better not overtake this to keep ahead. Cancel out these DRS. Oh, I've got DRS fault, but it doesn't matter.
DRS will be offline. There's a fault with the rear wing system. Stay out. We can work on a fix remotely.
It doesn't look like I'm going to catch my teammate. As long as I keep it relatively clean for this lap, I should get 12th place. Oh, second lap already ran deep into 4.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
He's hitting right on my tail. Oh, looks like Valtteri Bottas has won the race. Started on pole, finished first. Well, I'm disappointed, and the team are also going to be disappointed with that 12th place. No points for Haas, as Roman is only in 11th. Ran out of battery. Keep my 12th.
Alright, race over.
Okay.
Take care of the car on the way in.
I got the car home this time.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this
Well, it
one.
looks like it's a Mercedes
It's
1-2.
not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance.
I smell
so being able
irony.
to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight
Oh, it's a
amongst the
1-3.
Mercedes
Sorry.
team. And they
Vettel splitting
certainly
the
deserve it.
Mercedes.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. After today's performance, Valtteri Bottas secures the championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed, and a good job in traffic as well.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes move to the top of the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Well, apart from the Ferrari, splitting the Mercedes, it was pretty much a procession of team drivers. Toro Rosso splitting the McLarens, one non-finish. Eighth in the constructors. I'm waiting for it. I'm not going to be happy. I might make up for it in the interview though. No interview. Okay. Because there's only 1 point behind our teammate. Just means we're outraced and not qualified. Yeah. Only Toro Rosso, Alpha and Williams seem to like us after that performance.
Well, let's hope for a better race next time out, eh?
He told you, Jeff. Disappointed.
You're not the only driver to be hounded by the press. Emails, like the one I've just sent you, will give you an insight on how your former Formula 2 rivals are handling the press. Be sure to check your emails regularly, as I'll be sure to send you any of the more, let's say, interesting press transcripts that come my way. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation.
Well, looks like he had a bit of trouble as well. Didn't get enough on our objective. And I'm not going to do that. Advance to next weekend and see if we got our upgrades.
Practice sessions are vital for the continuing development of the car. But if you need to, you can choose to simulate the session instead. It won't be as effective as having you behind the wheel directly, but it's better than missing the session entirely.
Ha. So they're not going to be ready till China. Okay. I've not got the upgrade speed. Boo. I'm just going to change the contract at the beginning. But, well, Bahrain it is.
Today, Formula One opens up at the Bahrain International Circuit. It looks as if we're here just in time, as the practice session will get underway shortly. A warm welcome once again to the man standing beside me in the commentary box for this session, Anthony Davidson. Hello, Ant. Excited to get underway?
Roman.
Yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. And they probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course. We know that one or two of the teams are looking to do some work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance gains are there to be found.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
Yeah, let's have a look at the team objectives. They want me to do a car setup. Okay. I couldn't think of manage that. So we've got an acclimatization. Hopefully get it done in one lap. Oh, missed that one. So we can make it up in the rest of the lap though. We've got green so far. Can we get the purple in the last two corners? And DRS should be enough. Yes.
That's fantastic. You obviously have a really good understanding.
Just enough. Perfect. Done that first time.
Program complete and a job well done.
Thanks, Jeff. I just realised I still haven't changed for qualifying. There'll be a one-shot quali. that one done as well. Great. And I will be changing my setup for this one. I'm going to put some little downforce on. See how we go with that. Oh, hit that apex. A purple second sector. Bodes well. I don't think we'll get a purple third sector. Is that spin? Or that slide, should I say? But I've almost up to P3. Nice.
Good lap, P3. You've...
Okay, just the qualifying to go. Plenty of time to do one lap of qualifying. Should be able to get 2 done if need be. And I managed to finish 9th this time. I'm 11th in Australia. Can't say the car's had too many upgrades, but just maintenance has been upgraded.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Well, yeah, this one should be moved forward a bit. It's on that corner. Well, regardless, this should put us pole for the session.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Well, as was the only ones, I think, to go on the soft tyres.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. McKinnon, Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. And that's it. Practice is officially over.
Did.
Until next time, goodbye.
2 seconds faster than him. Ah, here we go. Full qualifying. Good job we can change it mid-session. Simulate practice. I think we're only missing 5 points. It's not a big lack of R&D points. Okay, what we got? Standard. I'm gonna go with the ICE. Also, I got enough points. I should get enough points to upgrade. I think the MGUK is only 2 I've got. Yes. With the MGUK. Okay. Qualifying. This time I've got all 3 qualifying sessions in. Had a one-shot qualifying in Australia. Just because I wanted to start on the medium tyre, put me in 12th.
Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us, and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalise on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive in the corners, but everyone will be in the same boat.
Okay. Could do is aero back. That's more pressure to my tyres.
If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the...
Oh, how nice this track looks for the new lighting. Right. And this, hopefully someone in the top 10 would be ideal. Obviously by the end of the session. Purple second sector, which means I might be able to hang this in first, ahead of Hamilton. Well, and it was a 130.9, I put it on first. Ah, and then I got instantly beaten from behind from Bottas. God damn you, Bottas. Stealing my thunder.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 30.9.
Definitely see us through into Q2. Where's my teammate? Roman's in 11th. Max is on the mediums. And obviously I'm trying to maximise soft tyres for the race. It'd be even more ideal if it was a 100% race max, but it's only 25%. Ooh, George Russell beating a Toro Rosso and an Alpha. Good Kubica. There we go, P4. That's 3/10 off the Mercedes. Very happy with that. So mediums are 6/10 slower. About a second and a half. Not a second and a half. Just it'll be just a second slower. Hopefully then the leaders should see me through, hopefully to the top 10 shootout. Keep it fast and clean, and hopefully there's no traffic. Charles has put out a benchmark of 32 flat. Times are just trundling in. Verstappen in first at the moment. Tenths faster than Verstappen. I understand I got a Ferrari engine, but Should be a mid-pack car. Second. Nice.
We're 11th in the speed trap, 202.8 miles per hour.
Will a teammate get in? Oh, Charles Leclerc's down there. Oh, I didn't make it! Oh no, I missed out by 7 thousandths of a second. Damn you, Ricardo. Damn you. At least I beat my teammate this time. I'm ahead of Carlos Sainz. Ooh. Oh, hopefully this goes differently than Australia did. So as the team aren't going to be happy either. I put it on 11th instead of 10th. Hey, I beat my teammate. You know, if he's not putting on 10th, I'm not putting it on 10th.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
Ooh. Just on average. Right.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Now, I want to talk to you about Valtteri Bottas. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Bottas, Lucas Faber and Verstappen, Ricciardo, Butler, Gasly and Sergio Perez, McKinnon, Grosjean, Carlos Sainz and Raikkonen. Norris, Fiat, George Russell and Alexander Albon. Giovinazzi and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We're below where we should be on the grid. We want you to go in aggressive, take a few positions off the start. Remember, be aware and keep safe.
You can't run 30 miles, fine. Right. That's for 5 laps this time. Can I gain or no? I'll do it. Give me the best time. Right. 5 red lights. Away we go. Oh, I got a better start than Perez did. He's going to block me off into the first turn. It looks like I've knocked my teammate's front wing off. Oh, that's going to cause a bit of controversy in the pit lane. Oh, come on, man.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Oh, no, wrong one.
Okay, be wary of the...
Oh, piss off, man.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. Alright, well done off the line. We're in a good position. Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. That move was illegal. Return the position. battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace.
Mercedes engine's got so much straight line speed.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled. You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
Oh, I got both Renaults and DRS. Right, Lucas Weber is battling with, I think it could be Hamilton. Oh no, it's Bottas. It's Mercedes power versus Mercedes power. Sister team in Works car. No DRS. Damn.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. energy, reduce ERS deployment. We're leading our teammate by 3.9 seconds. They're on old softs. They're in 12th. The time last lap was a 1:35.0. Currently, the fastest lap is a 1:33.4. Okay, clear. Gap to teammate behind is 4.5 seconds. Okay, we think the effects of the tyre deg are going to kick in soon. We should be alright for the time being, but you will start to find it a bit more slippery out there. Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap.
I'll try and cover off Bottas.
Go now, go. You'll be racing on the exit.
Let's see if we can get past Weber.
After these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. Increase ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge. is 5.2 seconds. Roman is in for his stop.
Oh, it did get the fastest lap of the race. And we did beat Weber in the pit lane. Oh, and we beat Bottas in the DRS zone.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.0 seconds. There's 7 laps of fuel remaining.
Wasn't speeding on Mercedes, man. Oh, bit of a dive bomb on Valtteri Bottas. I got it done. Oh, and I went wide into 10.
Bottas behind, less than a second separate you. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:35.0. We're leading our teammate by 9.7 seconds. Verstappen is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 3.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:34.3. You're dropping back by around 1.4 seconds.
That's heartbreaking. When you're getting beat by a Red Bull by 1.4 seconds a lap with a Ferrari engine.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I think I've broken DRS on Bottas. That doesn't sound like he had damage. Well, that's Jeff.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. Verstappen ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 2.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 4 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:34.4. You're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths. Vettel's the race leader.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 5 tenths per lap.
Fourth place there for me. Can't have any mistakes. Keep it smooth. Hopefully I'll catch him into a DRS zone.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Thanks, Jeff. Just hopefully get into DRS zone down the home straight on the last lap. But the decision is to go for it. Maybe lose my wing and drop a few positions. Or just sit back, take 5th. I know what the team would want. I say 5th place. I know what I'm wanting. I'm wanting Verstappen. Oh look, DRS zone. Come on.
This is your final lap of the race.
Oh, look at the overspeed you get. Oh, that's too much overspeed. It's going to screw it for the race, I think.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Come on. Come on, Roscoe. Match is just there. It's just there.
Vettel's just moved into 1st place.
Oh, it's a dive bomb. I'm going to lose it to him. Oh, I've just freaking messed it completely up. Ah, I should have took 5th. Should have took the 5th. Reckless, reckless. Oh.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out
And
of
I
the car,
did lose my
to
head.
maximise the strategy,
Ironic.
and to stay out of trouble.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
It's a tough one, but I think I have to give it to Robert Kubica. He really impressed me out there today, and I think he has every right to be happy with that result.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Roman got himself a point, which is good. Have a look at the highlights of that race. But it's totally wide. And there was a Toro Rosso losing a bit of wind. See if they show that side by side with Bottas. So a couple of corners. Maybe not. Whoa, that was an aggressive dive bomb. Didn't pay off. That was more aggressive than anything. I spun out. Oh, clipped Bottas. And then spun out again. Finished P8. Not bad, but not great. Should have had 5th. At least.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You and Devon weren't far apart by the end of the race. How evenly matched are you? You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Power.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Great. Well, that's everything.
Thanks, Claire. Like the no comment feature. Don't like what you're given, just no comment. Nice. So, apply our points. Let's go with MGUK. And let's go with the power. To help us out. Now, I'm expecting like most of these to be failed R&D. Knew it. Front, and force, and weight reduction. See if we've got enough for. That's good, that's good. That failed. Got one of those, and one of those failed. So, guaranteed to get that for next race. And I will guarantee myself that for next race. Button. Progress is straight. Move closer to Renault for best of the rest. There's a big gap between Haas, well, from Renault to Red Bull. And it looks like Ferrari have increased something. Let's have a look. Not power. It could be their downforce package. And it could be the chassis. I think the chassis is the better one. Anyway, that's going to end it for that stream, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.